When did you not just dodge a bullet, but evade a full-on ballistic missile strike? My son Liam was diagnosed with a severe autoimmune condition that was destroying his kidneys. By age 7, he'd already been hospitalized 32 times, and the specialist warned us he'd need a specialized stem cell treatment only available in Germany. The price tag? $315,000 with zero insurance coverage since the procedure was still considered experimental in the United States. My wife and I liquidated everything. Our condo, both vehicles, even the vintage guitar collection I'd inherited from my grandfather. We relocated to my brother's spare room and juggled multiple income streams. I was doing freelance graphic design during the day and driving for a rideshare service at night, while my wife worked her nursing job plus weekend shifts at an urgent care clinic. We were $82,000 short when Liam's kidneys started failing faster than expected. The German medical center contacted us with crushing news. There was only one treatment opening remaining this cycle, and we had 3 weeks to secure it with full payment. After that window closed, we'd have to wait another 18 months, which the specialist privately indicated Liam probably wouldn't survive. Desperate, I picked up a position bartending at an upscale private golf club outside Boston, serving cocktails to finance executives who casually spent thousands on single rounds of drinks. The gratuities were substantial, but nowhere near sufficient. Not remotely fast enough. During my 4th weekend shift, this unassuming woman in a simple navy blazer sat at the clubhouse bar drinking sparkling water. In an environment where everyone flaunted their designer labels and luxury watches, she was remarkably understated. When another bartender mentioned she was Patricia Brennan, the venture capital founder, I barely registered it. I just continued working. Around 11 at night, I was so completely drained I accidentally knocked an entire rack of wine glasses off the counter. As I crouched down to collect the shattered pieces, struggling to hold myself together, she asked if everything was all right. Just exhausted, I managed to say, but my voice was cracking and I couldn't stop my hands from trembling. How many hours have you worked today? 9 hours after maybe 90 minutes of sleep, I confessed. But I can't afford to stop. My son... I completely fell apart. She sat there listening carefully as I explained everything about Liam, the treatment deadline, how achingly close yet impossibly distant we were from saving his life. She finished her water and departed. I assumed I'd probably just destroyed my employment, having an emotional breakdown in front of a prominent member. The following morning, my wife shook me awake, nearly hysterical. The German facility had called. Someone had anonymously funded Liam's complete treatment protocol, including 6 months of follow-up care and travel expenses. I thought it was some kind of sick mistake until they emailed the verified payment confirmation. We flew to Frankfurt 2 weeks later. As they prepared Liam for his initial procedure, a hospital administrator delivered a package to our temporary housing. Inside was a telescope with an attached card. For when he's healthy enough to explore the universe. The world needs more dreamers like him. PB. What that message revealed hit me like physical force. The only time I'd ever mentioned Liam's obsession with astronomy was during my breakdown, when I told her how he memorized constellations from his hospital window. 4 years later, Liam's kidneys are functioning normally. He's leading his middle school's astronomy club and talks constantly about becoming an astrophysicist who develops better treatments for sick kids. Last spring, he received a scholarship to an elite space science academy. When I researched the funding sources, Brennan Capital Partners was listed as a major donor, but I've never shared that connection with anyone. After all, she never publicized what she did for us. The most surreal part? 2 days after she helped us, Financial News reported she'd pledged 70% of her fortune to pediatric medical research and family support programs. The article briefly mentioned her younger brother died from kidney disease when they were children. She'd spent decades building her wealth specifically to prevent other families from experiencing that loss. I still bartend at that club occasionally, even though we don't need the money anymore. Sometimes she comes in for sparkling water after board meetings. We never discuss what happened. She just asks how my family is doing, and I tell her my son is thriving. Then she smiles, pays for her water, and leaves a modest tip like any regular customer. But we both know she gave us everything that actually mattered. Time we thought we'd already lost.